There we go. Audio, sweet. Hi, folks. My name's Dave. I'm a woodturner. I started turning as therapy for PTSD and found out I had a knack for it, fell in love with it, and then fell in love with teaching it. So I started this channel to become a better teacher, a better demonstrator, and a better turner, too. It's more practice time, of course. But the more that I share the things that I've learned with other turners, the more they get cemented into my own head. So again, it's a win-win all the way around. Last week, let me see if I can. There we go. Oh, I guess I need to lift that a tad. All right. All right. So last week, I started on some mesquite boxes. This one here, I need to size the lid to fit it properly. I wound up putting some veneer, a strip of veneer on the inside to get that to fit better. So I made that hole just a little bit too big, and I don't have any more mesquite like that. And this guy, that was a resin pour, so I just need to finish that and turn the fino for this guy. So I think I'm planning on starting with the fino. All right, glasses down. So this is too big already. So I'm gonna take it down by peeling it. So I got the tail stock up here. When I get it down to close to the right size, then I'll start just turning the fino. I'll move this away. It's close enough. Let's see. Let's grab this lid. I don't even think it needs to be that big, really. Nope, a little bit smaller than that's fine. Alright, let's see. So, this will be the top. I've already got calipers set to the side of the tenon that I need to turn, so I'll just start with the top this time. Let's see. Got that hole in there from the line center. Really? Now, interesting. I've been doing quite a bit of work with the steel last couple of days. And well, it doesn't look like I have today. Normally when you turn, if you're out on a finial like this, basically just a handle, you want to kind of work from where the area of most vibration would be to where the area of least vibration would be, which is why I'm cutting this way. The area of most vibration possible is up here, and least is here because it's attached to the chuck. Let's see, let's go things like that. That looks about right. I'm wondering if maybe I'm a little further away than I normally am on a skew too, so that might be. Will help me out here. I guess so. I think let's see. I think somewhere in there will be tall enough. look at this because I think that diameter right there might be okay. Let's take a look, see. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see. I guess I do need my cutting tool. What else I got here? Before I get too crazy. I think this piece of walnut will be a fairly nice match for that mesquite. Undercut this a little bit. And I think we'll do just a little bit of the bevel. Okay, I think we have it. We can take that off. Let's see how deep this is. Should have a 1/4 inch in there. Yep. Put that away. Knock off these corners a little bit. Get rid of that. Those little saw fibers. And there we are. So once that's, both of them are, I have to glue this together, and once both of them are stained, I think that they should complement each other. I hope that's the plan. So that bit's done, ready for glue up. You know, I guess it will just take a very short time to swap out chucks, or tool rest rather. Then I'll just switch to the one I need. Got a couple rolling pins I want to turn to today, so that'll be cool. Alright, what did I do with... There it is. So I've got a piece of leather, fairly thick. I don't know what is it, 1/8 of an inch thick, so I guess that's 7, 8 ounce maybe. Let's make sure this will go. Yes, it will, but it should also go with the leather. So I'm using this piece of leather so that I don't put, in theory, jaw marks on this piece. And I guess I'm not using that guy. Not with the leather anyway. Let's see if I can do it here. Let's see, where's my key? Thought this might be a little problematic because of the dovetail jaws, but we'll find out. Huh, well, looks like it may work. So in theory, I've used cardboard, I've used a couple of different things. But in theory, the leather has a little bit of give and will hold on to that really well. I don't recall if I've done this with the leather or not, so hopefully it will keep any jaw marks off the piece. Oh, I can put this away. I had taken with this gauge an impression over the lid of this lid just to see how far I needed to undercut the base of the finial to fit nicely on the top. But it turns out it was had a very, very slight curve to it, so it was actually fairly easy to do with the parting tool. All right. So here we need to do two things. We need to true this up. Well, why not? Oh, because that's going to go away. All right. Looks like it's already okay. Oh, flickery light. Come on. I think this light, I don't know if I can replace the switch on this. It's like the switch doesn't really work well. Well, yeah, do it out. Actually, it looks like it's running all right. So I just need to open the hole. Let's see, I do that guy later. All right. So the reason that I'm going this way instead of using a gouge or whatever is because cutting through this way with my sidewall scraper puts pressure against the headstock, whereas if I'm cutting this way to bring the onion ring down to size, then I'm putting sideways pressure, and I just have this piece of leather in the chuck. So this is a little bit safer way to go about it. So it's a good thing I've got this Coco Bolo as the onion ring because it's going to be a little thin. But not bad. I mean, the Coco Bolo, 8 is fine.
Multi-stream bot said, visit Dave Wife's co-fi page at https://co-
Let's see, got just a little bit of a lip. I think I'm going to clean that up with this guy. I got her. Okay, and then one quick pass with this dude. I wish this light would work. Ooh, is it going to stay on? Just a really light pass. Very nice. All right, cool. That bit's done. See how we did on the marks. No marks. Yay! That is awesome. All right, groovy. So let's put these two together. That's how it will go. Yeah, that's not bad. Especially once this walnut gets some finish on it. So set that guy aside. Actually, it would probably be really smart if I took it inside. Okay, we're on to this dude. So this is the lid of the other mesquite box. I need to size it properly for the tenon. Gotta sneak up on it. Still a little tight. I can take down a little bit more. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so now I can work on rounding out the inside here a little bit. Let's put some of these other tools away. mark our depth here. Okay. See where this hits. Keep it there. So use that bead as an anchor point. Excuse me. Let's put this guy back. Let's see. Let's bring this guy back out. I need to put a fresh burr on that. Alrighty. So that guy's done. No serious marks on it, so that's excellent. A little dust though. Alright, cool. Moving on to the lid. Let's see, let's use this guy. Nice. Very nice fit. So that was not my depth mark. That is. Let's triple check it. Let's see. There. So yeah, That's it right there. Now I'm starting to wonder maybe I'll put that back in the other chuck. Let's think about that. And I could use a skew to get that same diameter. Or do I need to? Nope, I just need to take it down a little bit more. It's got some interesting beetle tracks on it, but I want to get rid of that bark. So yeah, we'll just stick with the other plan, which is this guy. Because to be honest, I really don't need it to be the same diameter. I'm going to cut in 2 beads here. So these beads are to be able to hold on the bottom, and those 2 beads will be able to hold. Not that it's going to take a lot of force to get the lid off, but I think that will look nice. Get that out of the way. Bring that up a bit. That might be too far. Or not. Hey man, how you doing today? Oh, yes. Yeah, I did. It was still kind of loud, but closed up the windows and waited till it was over. Let's see. Got my neighbor check on me too. That was really loud last night, really close. Are you alright? Yeah. Yeah, lid for the mesquite box I started last week, or last Wednesday. I finished the other one. Put it inside. I will drag that around here in a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Let's see. Wrong tools. right now, let's grab this guy. And how do we want this? I think a rounded top might be nice. Let's see, it's pretty much going to spin to orientation, so oopsie daisy, that's pretty high. Very nice. All right, time to mask up. Feel nice. Throw a little abrasive on this guy. Then after this, I got a couple of rolling pins I'd like to get after. All right. Wrong drawer. Here we go. Don't guess I need the mask now. Let's see. Let's find out. There we go. Oh, easy there. Beautiful. There or yeah, right there. Cool. So now this guy's done. It looks pretty nice. Okay, moving on. Let's see, put these two together over in this area. There we go. All right. Let's see, I'm gonna need this guy. And this fella right here.
Paranoid Squatch said, "What kind of groovy stuff do you have for tonight?"
I just finished off the 2 boxes that I started last week. Now I'm got a couple of pieces of timber here that I want to make some French style rolling pins out of. Been working with the skew quite a bit, so I figured I'd just keep up with it. And I really wanted to have a couple for the shows that I'm going to be doing here at the end of July and first week of August. But I knew to make a few more anyway for the gallery, because Twisted Fish Gallery that has is where I keep most of these, and they're selling. So I need to make more stock. Let's see, I don't think that's tall enough. Okay. Now you're gonna round it off. Yes, sir. We'll go and make it round. I guess you can't see all of that with that camera. Let's move that down a bit. Okay, wait for the lag, Dave. Wait for the lag. All right, let's grab a little straight edge here. I think I got just the one. It's probably too long, but oh well. I think that did it. Just about. There we go. Seems like it's time to hone the skew. So let's do that. There we go. First time chatter, keep viewers. Oh, spam bot. Thank you so much, spam bot. Come on. Ooh. Before I do that, let's move that guy out of the way. Oops, upside down. Looking pretty good, man. Alrighty, I'm going to start the compressor real quick. Alright, one down. Drained my compressor a little bit, got a little bit wet there. Alright, then that guy's get number 2. First go, sweet. And we'll call the first one practice for the second one. Okay.
My yard is looking like Jurassic Park.
Oh, wow. All right. Some pressure brakes in here. Sure interesting stuff with the wood there. All right. Let's grab this guy. Now, don't knock your tools to the floor, Dave. those two finished. Not bad. So now set those aside. Turn that off. All right, next up, I have a log. I believe it's maple. And I cut, piece this back together the right way. Oh, ribbon right there. So the pith was up here where this crack is at. And when I work with a piece and I'm trying to get rid of the pith, I always go for what I call a geographical center, where it's the same distance to the pith from one side as it is to the other. And you may have to, I use a ruler, pick a spot on the ruler, let's say 3, and I kind of move that on the pith, whatever center line I use, to figure out where is what I call a geographic center. So I got this log bit here, and I don't know, that might turn into a box. I got that. That's just thick enough. So let's get rid of the bark here and mount it up on the lathe. So I'm going to say this is pretty well seasoned. So wherever this branch was, well, I'm going to say I guess it probably dried above ground, like in the tree that this, because I think this came off one of those trees that had a maple, had burls all over it. This piece must have been drying in the air for a while. It's not punky at all. It's pretty solid. Well, that's what we have the whammer for. Let's see, I might probably just use this bit here, but I don't know yet. Put my diamond cards away now, since I shan't be needing these. And let's see about starting between centers. Let's see if we can do that. We should have enough weight. No, I think some of this bark here is getting in the way, so I'll just get rid of that. All right. All right, so we're really close. Well, you know, since we are that really close, in fact, I think I'm going to straighten this face out a little bit so that I'm not trimming off so much. I mean, it is a small piece, so I'm not super worried about vibration. But it is a habit. Let's try to start off between centers. So that looks about right. Just get that mark. Make sure it's secure. Okay. Time for this guy. And I see. Oh, see, I'm missing a bowl gouge, but it looks like it fell off the lathe into the shavings. So That handle doesn't have anything in it. All right. Maybe a little bit of punkiness right there in the bottom. But I can't push it in with my finger now, so we'll say that's a good thing. Ooh, that's nice. Let's get that off there. Well, that was going to fly off anyway, I bet. Trying to see if I can keep some of that natural edge on there. Still got a flat spot on the end, so gotta work that out. Let's see, gotta take that down a little bit. Flat spots are gone. And I got some natural edge there. Let's see. Bring this down. I gotta have solid wood to hold on to. Still right. Marking there where I want the chuck hold to be. There we go. Yeah, this is pretty well seasoned. Got some interesting spalting happening on it though. That's kind of cool. Makes a nice design in the timber. Good. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. That might be interesting. I don't know if you're still with me, Dave, but how's the restaurant biz lately? Sounds like you've been busier than all get out. Yeah, very nice. Oops, too close. some light touch with the shear scrape, knocking off all the high points. Then we'll hit it with some abrasive. Let's see, do I want to do anything more with that foot? No, I think it'll be all right. Or do I? I'll just shorten the foot a little bit later. All right, let's see. Abrasive, so that means I need a mask. Some fresh abrasive, because that's worn down.
Cool, said. Mitch says hello.
Hey, howdy, Mitch. How's it going? Hey, TC Schmo, how you doing today? Another warm one. Not as hot as the last few, though. But it's gonna jump up there again at some point. How's Mitch doing? Is he having a good time? Nice, that sounded really well. Oh, yeah, nice. Very cool. Not only would I like to attend, I'd like to teach there, dang it. Just an odd question, but since we're kind of running that way here in a couple months, I can't remember if it was too far out of the way off the highway. I know last time we tried, shoot, I can't remember what happened. Our plans just didn't work out. Timing I think is what it was, but oh, I don't need to do that. Don't know if there's a chance of maybe stopping by on the way there or back just to say hi. Alright, so we got that dude. I'm going to set that aside for a sec. Actually, I should not have taken this out yet. Let's make some of this round. Let's see, I think I want more right in there. That's pretty well centered. Oops, that's not going to help me. Too far, Dave. There we go. Let's try it out. Okay. Ooh, not quite. Almost round. Let's see what that looks like when we get the bark off there, because that looks like there was a branch that came out there. Oh, yeah.
Coffee Stream Bot said, visit Dave Rife's co-fi page at https://co-fi.com/HIIMDAVE Ref equals Twitch.
Okay, that looks like there's enough there. I think I'll put it down just a little bit more. Okay, now we got solid wood all the way around. You know, that would kind of make for an interesting lid the way it is. Hmm. Hmm. Well, if I take all the bark off that, yeah, well, I was hoping to expose some of the very outer part of the tree underneath the bark there, like it is here and here. But the bark is stuck on there so well that even if I sand it off, I'll have to create that effect, which is doable. Let's see. I think though. Yeah, I'll work with that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Too far the other way. I gotta wait for the lag. Come on, man. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Oh, bother. All right, let's see. I can take it down right in there. That should work. Okay. That should work just fine. Shear scraping took care of most of the surface of this guy. Cool. Okay, so I got that far. Now, that will be a smallish lid, so I may consider... No, we'll leave it the way it is. Okay. This guy out of here. Got a little bit of sharp point on this dude. Let me address that. All right. Where am I at? I am working with the lid first. Because it ain't going to get any bigger. Oh, well, no, that's right. It's like I neglected to sand it, but once I'm done turning the lid, I'll still be able to sand it. Okay. Let me get that there. Scoot that back, move that guy. That guy. deeper there. There's where the punkiness is starting to show up. So hopefully that doesn't separate the tree rings anymore, or any at all, really. There we go. Now I need to give myself a little hold there for the chuck. I don't need much. A little bit of a dovetail, especially since it's seasoned wood. I don't need much of a timber. Move. Okay. There. Okay, so that's all done. I just need to sand this part a little bit, and then we'll sand the outside of that lid. That'll work. And then do something about this shape here. I kind of like it, but let's take it off a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll turn that bit. Round that off a little bit. There we go. Nice. All right. Let's see. Actually, I think. Need to get just a little more there. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And hey, since we're in this position, why don't we drill for a finial? Cool. Okay, put this away, put this away. Put that aside. Let's get our Jacob's chuck. And I think I'm in the wrong drawer. There we go. I think I'll just go ahead and drill a 5/16 hole. Then I'm going to have some fun with that because I'm going to make a spherical, I think, base for the finial. So I'm going to have to scoop out a little bit in this. In the top of this lid to get a spherical shape in there. Then I'll get rid of that mark left by the chuck. Let's see, I was down in there. How far did we get? I can't use that one. Go from there. So I'll go a little bit deeper. I think I just knocked the camera. Sorry about that. That was my my big forehead. Okay. Oh, not too bad on time. Cool. All right, so pencil. We're going to say that right there is where it goes in the chuck. Oh, I don't actually have to take this off. I'm going to take the whole thing off. I'm going to turn a finial real quick for the lid. And then I'll finish the rest of the lid to fit that finial. Which means I need my pin jaws. And let's see, how's about I think that is red heart. Even though it doesn't quite look red, it's not walnut. So let's see, what are we going to use for finial? Ooh, piece of wingy might be cool. Lignum vitae, maybe? Or this lovely piece of maple. All kinds of bug holes in it. Well, hey. Why not this guy? See, purple heart, got lots of that. I say lots. I have a few pieces of that were meant to be pen blanks at some point, but now I use them for finials. But, you know, same wood, right? Use it for what you can use it for. Pen blank, finial, I guess they kind of start about the same size. So this is some lovely cocobolo. I think that will be nice. Is that going to be as tall as I want, though? Let me see if I can find another piece. It's a little bit longer. That is walnut. That is elm. The things that happen when you weren't. Well, that's walnut too. I think that'll work. Really like a shinier piece like Coca-Cola though, so let's see if I can find one that is big enough to turn. I don't think I have much of that left anywhere, to be honest. No, I guess I don't. That's a drag. That's walnut. That's lignum vitae. This is... What is this? Oh, zircote. Well, that might be nice, but that's a huge piece. What do we got here? Whoop. Besides dropping my saw, that's a piece of walnut. I almost caught that blade right on my finger. That's awesome. What do we got here? Cherry. Now, this old cherry might be fantastic. You know what? I'm going with this. It's an old dark red cherry. It came off of an old four-corner bed, actually. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, come on.
Coffee Stream Bot said, visit Dave Life's co-fi page at https://co-fi.com/HIIMDAVE ?
Yep, wrong. There we go. Cool, man. Okay, back to this guy. Yep, get rid of that hole. Like this. And get all that. see. Maybe something like that. I think. Yeah. There we go. I think I will grab a little bit more. Get rid of that sharp edge since I'm right here. But I don't guess I gotta be right there. Oh. Oh, wait, Dave, you're not done yet. Let's see, that was 5/16. What that is. Old dark sherry, that's some nice stuff. Well, how did that happen? Well, guess we'll have to make an adjustment. means I really do want to take this down though. Better. I'm going to do all that. Gotta do that very carefully. Okay. That looks better proportioned to me now. Let's grab some abrasive and a mask. Yeah, I think that dark cherry will go really nice with that. Oh, we'll let that one go. Really tiny concentric lines in there. I just want to get rid of. Okay. Now I can remove this. Set that aside. I'll grab that piece of abrasive that bailed on me there. If I can find it. Down there it is. As I said before, I don't keep a really tight grip on the abrasive on the off chance I get pulled into the lathe. I'd rather the abrasive just goes flying, especially working that close to the headstock. Okay, so now put that away too soon. Get in there. Double check, make sure it hasn't loosened any. In expansion mode, and chucks do loosen. Something you should check every now and then while you're turning. But in expansion mode, it's, in my experience anyway, they tend to loosen more often. Okay, so let me, oh, well, I don't need to do that. I can just use my knife. I'll just chamfer that edge. Doesn't matter right now. Actually, I'm wasting my time, but I'm almost all the way around. I gotta cut this thing shorter anyway. Get in the pocket. There you go. Okay, so I just need a gentle curve. Well, hello there. Yeah, you didn't mention that you were loose. Okay. I should have checked. It's about the right curve. I'm going to take a little bit more off that tenon. go. Chamfered edge, I'm going to put a groove in it so that my glue can squeeze out. And I think I've got to go a little bit, yep, just a little bit deeper with the spindle gouge. That did it. A little bit more off that tenon, I think. Well, we'll do that with the knife. Got a little bit of this, I bet, because the way that it cuts with a knife, I bet this would be fun to actually carve a little figurine or something out of. I think I got a small piece that I can play around with, but this is really nice to cut with a pocket knife. Gosh, I can't even imagine having some of this as green wood. I don't remember how old I was told this four corner bed was. It was old. There we go. And then I can glue that in place. Nice. Key, which I set over here. Come on. Yeah, I like that. Cool. What do we got? 10 minutes? Well, I can get started anyway. And hey, just for fun, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's take a look at that line. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, cool. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to finish this. Well, I got a couple more minutes. Let me see how far I get. That is a nice shape. So I'm going to be cutting, I think, out in here somewhere to create kind of some wings. Maybe I'll figure it out. But definitely we'll be using a spindle couch. Okay. Trying to leave my drawn line there. There we go. All right, so I'll pick that up, well, hopefully tomorrow. Let's swap some cameras around here. There we go. Shut that off. Cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, watching the channel, participating, and supporting it. Thank you very much. You are what helps keep this channel going.
Copy stream bot said, visit Dave Wife's co-fi
I'll wait for a
page
second.
at https://co-fi.com/HIIMDAVE question graph equals Twitch. Paranoid Squatch said, good stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome, Squatch. We got to get together, man. One of these days, it'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah. So, thank you for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure. I really, really do enjoy having the time to turn and also having folks to spend time with while I'm turning.
Paranoid Squatch said, yes, sir. Values said, great stream.
Thank you both. Appreciate that. So, having said all that, we'll hopefully get back this tomorrow evening. We'll see what the day brings. But as far as I know, I'll be here. That's off. That's off. Let's turn that off. And again, thank you very much. My name is Dave. I'm a woodturner, and I started this channel to become a better teacher, a better demonstrator, and a better turner as well. And the more that I share the knowledge that I've picked up over the years, the more it gets re-cemented in my own head. So I help other people become better turners, and they in turn help me become a better turner because that gets reinforced, and I get the practice time, right? And that is the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. Practice. You got to put the time in. Give yourself permission to make mistakes, especially as a newer turner, or when you're turning, even when you're turning new with new tools or whatever, you're going to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing. And hopefully, unlike me, you learn from your mistakes. Yeah, just kidding. I think most of them I've learned something from. But anyway, give yourself the opportunity and the permission to make mistakes. Don't go after
Values
this as a
said,
perfectionist
LUL.
because you just I mean things take time and practice takes time. You don't get to pick. I don't know. I haven't met anybody that's able to pick up a tool and jump right on the lathe and start turning out beautiful artwork. It takes time to get there.
Values said, I got the mistakes down pat.
I did too. I think I make them. I make them. They're just more and more calm design changes. Sometimes they're catastrophic. Sometimes they are inadvertent. But it's always because I've lost my focus somewhere in the process. I've slipped focus. That's where I usually start flubbing up. So I try to keep that focus, and the lathe is a great place to develop that kind of focus because you have to be where you're at right now. I'm at the lathe, and
Values
this running
said,
50 miles
I
an
rush too
hour.
much.
It's running faster
Paranoid
and
Squatch
faster.
said, no mistakes, just happy accidents.
Just happy accident. That's right, Bob Ross. Bob Ross. And as Abbott says, I rush I still do occasionally. I might start a little too fast or a little too aggressive, but learn really quickly that if you want good cuts, you only should cut as fast as your tool can go. And there's a combination of things that determines that: lathe speed, the wood, the sharpness of the tool, your skill level. So there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that kind of have to mash together, and they will over time. Give yourself that opportunity. So thanks again for joining me, folks. I hope you stay friendly. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope to see you tomorrow night, 8 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, if you're in town, this Friday evening at 5 o'clock is reception at Crooked Tree Gallery in Traverse City for the Northwest Michigan Woodturners Turning Club show. It's a collaboration with Crooked Tree that is going on. The show starts on Saturday. It's open to the public. It's free. There are items there that are for sale. If you see a piece you like, you might be able to pick it up. But please come out and check out. It's our first go with Twisted Fish doing a show like this, and I'm really hoping that it continues on in the future. That it's a yearly thing at least. It's something that happens more often than it did in the past, which was never. So,
Values said, 1,600 miles. I will have
catch
to
catch the next one. Yeah. Well, get on your horse, man. Start now. You still aren't going to make it. Still aren't going to make it. But thanks for the thought. And then at the end of the month, July 26th, I will be at Crooked Tree Art Fair at the Civic Center in Traverse City. And the weekend after that, August 2nd and 3rd, I will be in Suttons Bay at the Suttons Bay Art Show. My booth will be set up in both places. I hope to see you there if you can make it into town. Having said all that, I'm going to wrap up this evening, say goodnight, and hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, folks.